Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Rose of There Goes Rose, and today we're filming my TBR wheel for December. So welcome back to Spin a TBR. This is my newish TBR game, the third time I'm playing it. I'm having a little bit of trouble with lighting because it's the afternoon and the sun's going down. So sorry about the reflections a little bit on here, but I've played around with it and this is the best we're getting. So the first thing I have to do, and if you're new here, feel free to go back and watch my first one of these. I spin this wheel and I get prompts, and from those prompts I choose the books I'm going to read across December, and I spin the wheel 5 times every month, and my prompts come from my TBR, and this is the first thing I have to do, and I have an empty space right here, so I'm going to choose a prompt and write on my empty space. Once I pick a prompt, they don't go back in the TBR jar unless it's the one that says Gwen chooses. Gwen is my dog, and that one actually stays on here anyway, because we like that prompt because it's a fun game we do with my dog. So this prompt is no people on the cover. I'm just going to write that on my wheel. So with that, we're ready to do the spins. So spin number 1 for prompt number 1, choosing book number 1. We have got random number generator. So I'm going to pull up a random number generator on my phone. For this one, I have to choose a page count closest to that number. So I think the smallest book I've got is Let's Go with 100. And the biggest one, oh man. The biggest one is probably around 600 pages. I really hope I don't get that. I really hope I don't get that. So I've set it up. So we've got 100 to 600. Okay, I'm going to generate and see what we get. Phew. 276. So I'm going to look at all my books that I need to read and find the closest one to 276. So that took me quite a while. So I forgot what the page count was. 276, I think. 276, yeah. The closest I could find is this one with 264. So I went through all of my books and got Blood in the Mist by Hope Merrilies. I've had this book on my shelves forever. This was a gift. I'm looking forward to it, so I've kept it, but I wouldn't say it's a book that I normally choose for myself. So I'm starting with a book that I probably needed to come from my TBR jar, because I'm not sure that I would have picked it up on my own accord. I'm sure I'll love it. It's a fantasy. I don't remember anything about this because I've genuinely had this maybe 4 or 5 years. So Blood in the Mist is a prosperous country town situated where 2 rivers meet, the Dal and the Dapple. The Dapple springs from the land of Fairy, and its great trial to Lud, which rejects anything other, preferring to believe only in what is known, what is solid. I think what puts me off, if I'm going to be completely honest, what puts me off this is the quote that I see when I look at this book. It says, a Shakespearean tragi-comedy, a murder mystery, and a multifaceted allegory all in one, and a damn good story too. And I'm not going to lie, it's the word Shakespearean. You know, I had to study Shakespeare at school, and I just didn't enjoy it, and it put me off reading, and I thought for a while that all books were a bit like Shakespeare, and all plays, but they're not. But because that's there, puts me off a little bit. So we'll see how I get on with this. This is the first book going on the TBR. So prompt number 2 to go on the wheel. So this one is Vinyl Choosers. If I get this one, I have to choose a book that's most similar to the vinyl cover. So I do like some sort of random vinyl generator thing from my list that I've got. And yeah, but we'll write it on. We'll rub this prompt off and replace it with Vinyl Choosers. Okay, we're ready for spin number 2 for prompt number 2. Bit of a bigger spin this time. Lock Library is a subscription that I've just stopped because I've replaced it for a subscription from Rare Bird Books. I like to swap my book subscriptions around, but I have got quite a few Locked Library books on my TBR. They're gorgeous books, they're always hardback, they've always got sprayed edges, and the cover is always exclusive to Look Library, and it's romanticy that I choose. So I'm going to go and have a look at my shelves. I might show you a few options I've got, and then we'll choose on camera which one I'm going to read. So I've had a look on my shelves, and I had like maybe 6 options, but I've chosen the 2 that were still standing out to me the most. The first is The Enemy's Daughter by Melissa Poet. Gorgeous sprayed edges, always really pretty books. They always have artwork in them as well, and you get a letter from the author with a sign. Yeah, if you're interested in romanticy, Look Library do have a great subscription. They're quite young adulty, and I was just getting ready for a change. But this one says, it's been 37 years since the Republic was destroyed. Now the 5 clans and the Kingsland fight for control. Isadora, daughter of the clan's leader, risks her life on the battlefield to help injured clan soldiers. But when she stops an attack from Tristan, a Kingsland assassin, his soldiers shoot her with a poisoned arrow. As Isadora lies dying, Tristan does the unimaginable. He offers to save her life using rare magic. So that's option 1. Option 2 is The Last a Soldier of Narva. This is gorgeous. I love this cover. Look at the back on here. And sprayed edges. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is RoseReadsProse. I'll link it in the box description below. I did a little post about this book when it arrived, and did a little photo shoot with it because I thought it was that gorgeous. Again, the artwork is here, but I've yet to read it. So let's find out what it's about, because I can't remember. According to legend, the soldier drowned entire kingdoms in darkness. Yet the soldier was only a girl, forged into a weapon by her power-hungry father. When she awakens years later, freedom takes the form of a new identity, Shadow. As war brews and magical dead zones threaten the natural world, Shadow is captured back into court life by her immortal father's new prodigy. Scarlet, a diabolical woman obsessed with her sister's murder. A murder Shadow committed in a past life. So these are the 2 options. If I was going on cover alone, I mean, they're both great, but I'd be going for this one. This one feels a bit more, I don't know if it's just the colour, but like a bit more wintry. I thought I was going to choose the other one when I had them both before I read the blurbs, but I think I'm popping this one on my TBR. Also, she's got ginger hair like me, so gingers stay together. So we're going to pull a prompt out to get prompt number 3. So we've got non-fiction. So I'm going to add this one to my TBR wheel. Okay, spin number 3 for prompt number 3. I'm going to give it a big spin this time. Oh, also, I am wearing a new Christmas jumper. I'm a bit obsessed with cowboys at the minute, but it's rocking around the Christmas tree, and it's got a little cowboys on with his horse, and so it's cool. Anyway, spin number 3. That was so close to Gwen Chooses. We've had Gwen Chooses every TBR video, but it did land on the square I just got. So we've got non-fiction. You know, so far I feel like I've not been in control of my TBR. There are 2 books in front of me which I'm dying to get on my TBR, both wintery ones. My friend Dee is reading this at the moment. She says it's really good. It's the 3rd in the series of the Pumpkin Cafe series. And this I've had for a couple of years, and I keep trying to read it every winter and don't pick it up. But that's not going to make it onto my TBR again. And what we don't know, I've got a couple of spins left because I need to go and pick a non-fiction. So I'm going to look at my shelves, I'll come back and show you what I've chosen for non-fiction. So for non-fiction, I thought about bending the rules. I didn't. I was looking at my poetry books. There's a poetry collection. There's a couple that I really want to get to. But I have a whole, to me, poetry is its own category. I know it's technically non-fiction. Well, I mean, is it? Because anyway, that's a different discussion for another time. That's its own category. So I didn't pick up a poetry book. Sorry, I'm out of breath because I've just run up and down 2 flights of stairs. I've chosen The Lonely City by Olivia Lane. I've had this book on my shelf since the start of the year, I think. I chose this book because I absolutely love walking around cities on my own and doing a bit of people watching. I like it at night time when you see all of people's like living rooms lit up with like lamps or twinkly lights, and I just like to think about the different lives going on. Yeah, it reminds you of how small your life is compared to like the massive world out there, and how many people are there. So I love doing that myself. And this book reminds me of that feeling. So I'll tell you what it's about. I'll read the blurb. When Olivia moved to New York City in her mid-30s, she found herself inhabiting loneliness on a daily basis. Increasingly fascinated by this most shameful of experiences, she began to explore the lonely city by way of art. Moving fluidly between the words and lives of some of the city's most compelling artists, Lane conducts an electric, dazzling investigation into what it means to be alone, illuminating not only the case of loneliness, but how it might be redeemed and embraced. I'm really excited to get to this. I think we've all felt a little bit lonely at some point in our lives, even if you've got lots of people around you, and I'm really drawn into the title and cover of this book as well. So I am excited to get to this, and I'm pleased it's come up on the TBR. Okay, I'm going to choose a new prompt to go on the wheel. Looking at my camera battery, I've only got 14% left. Okay, this prompt is YouTube favourite. This one comes up, I have to choose a book that I've seen on someone's YouTube favourite videos or I know is popular on YouTube. Okay, let's see if we can avoid getting the blue cheese again. Oh, this is hard to do backwards, that one. Okay, spin number 4 for prompt number 4. I can't believe this has come up in every single video. I'm sure this must be weighted slightly wrong because we get these ones at the top. We've got Gwen chooses, so I'm going to pick 3 books. I'm going to put these 2 on. So I've got so much percentage. What is the percentage? 70%? I don't know. Chance of Gwen choosing one of these. And I'm also going to choose one more book to add to this. And we'll let Gwen decide. So yeah. I'll film it afterwards because I have to move my camera around. So I'll do one more spin and then we'll see which book Gwen chooses for me. So Gwen chooses stays on there, so we don't need to change the prompt. So the last spin, prompt number 5. Let's go. We've got no people on the cover. Both of these have got no people on the cover. But I don't know yet which one Gwen's choosing because I said I was going to put these down for Gwen. Okay, I'm going to go and choose a different book with no people on the cover to add to my TBR. Every time I need to go and choose a book, I run up and down 2 flights of stairs and it's a good workout. The book I've chosen for no people on the cover is The Berry Pickers by Amanda Peters. This is a book I got for my birthday in August. Me and my grandma and family and my mum, not all at the same time, but we used to do a lot of blackberry picking growing up as a kid. I actually have a picture on my wall of an older lady and a child picking blackberries, and it reminds me of me and my grandma. So when I saw this book, The Berry Pickers, it's nothing to do with picking blackberries with your grandma, but I was transported to that, so that was what got me intrigued into the book. And then I read the blurb and I was really interested, and I'll read it to you now. On a hot day in 1960s Maine, 6-year-old Joe watches his little sister Ruthie sitting on her favourite rock at the edge of the blueberry fields, while their family, Mukmak people from Nova Scotia, pick fruit. That afternoon, Ruthie vanishes without a trace. As the last person to see her, Joe will be forever haunted by grief, guilt and the agony of imagining how his life could have been. In an affluent suburb nearby, Norma is growing up as the only child of unhappy parents. She is smart, precurious and bursting with questions she isn't allowed to ask. Questions about her missing baby photos, questions about her dark skin, questions about her strange, vivid dreams of campfires and warm embraces that return night after night. Norma senses that there are things her parents aren't telling her, but it will take decades to unravel the secrets they have kept buried since she was a little girl. Oh, that sounds good. I'm really happy this got on the TBR. I'm just going to quickly film then Gwen choosing a book, and then we'll do a little bit of a wrap up. The books that Gwen is going to choose from is Green Glass House by Kate Milford. We've got The Christmas Tree Farm, a steamy Christmassy romance. Kind of hoping she chooses this one, to be honest, because I really need to read this because I told Dee I'd read it next. And a poetry collection I've been dying to get to, And the World Spins Away by Georgie Jones. This is her first book. If you've never checked Georgie Jones out, I recommend checking her out. She is fabulous. Okay, let's see what she chooses. What's this? You're going to choose a book? Here she comes, slowly, slowly, slowly. Yes, Gwen, yes! We're happy about that. So, did I strategically place this book to where I think she was going to approach first? Yes, I did. Did it work? Yes, it did. No regrets. The Christmas Tree Farm is going on my TBR and is the last book to go on my TBR. This is, I love these series. They're really easy to read, these books in this series. It's really easy to read. They're a little bit saucy and just cozy romances. And this one's set at Christmas, so I knew I had to read it this month because I don't want to read it after Christmas. So this is my December TBR. It's quite an eclectic mix. We've got non-fiction, romantasy, fantasy, mystery, yeah, coziness, a Christmas read. Not the most wintry TBR. I mean, berry because it sounds a bit summery. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for these three the most, I think. What are you reading in December? I'd love to know. Drop me a comment below. And don't forget, you can give me a prompt to add to my TBR jar. So I'd love it if you do. And if you submit a prompt, I'm going to put it on the wheel, basically. So it'll automatically go on the wheel. Until the next time, I hope you're having a really lovely December. I'm also going to be doing Vlogmas. So another video is coming really soon for Vlogmas episode 1. So look out for that as well if you want a bit of a kind of non-bookish stuff. There might be books in it, but there's also background stuff of like Christmas markets, going out for food, doing Christmas wrapping, watching cozy films, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so until the next time, have a lovely day and I'll see you really soon.